Parents are so dumb. I'm going to be the only teacher in the world that's ever going to say, don't do a short. Don't do a short. Does anybody buy shorts that writes checks? No. So your first business decision in the film industry is to make something that you are guaranteed not to be able to sell. Stupid. Now let's stop being scared of the word feature, but let's do a feature that you can handle, which is the dressed up stage play, a courtroom drama, a one-room location. I jokingly in my class say the first feature film, here's your formula, take 12 kids to a house and chop them up. That you can handle. That you can handle. You know what? It's possible that'll get out there. And there's not one of you out there listening right now to this that can't get a camera, can't get some film or tape, can't get 12 actors that are cold waiters, put them in a room, and tell them to talk for 90 minutes. Hit the on button. The sole single biggest problem of first-time filmmakers that never become a second-time filmmaker is they fall in love with the first type-in that comes in front of their face, especially if they typed it themselves. They all believe they're instantly Michael Jordan the first day they pick up a basketball. And in the film industry, in the writing industry, we believe you, even if you're gifted about writing, you don't really learn how to write the great script until your fourth or fifth script. You got to learn the rhythm, learn the pacing. You can learn the formulas from the books. You can learn how to type from the books. But somehow the rhythm you can't learn. It just happens. You got to play a little basketball for a while. You got to rehearse. And it takes about 4 or 5 scripts. And the screenwriting instructors that are out there, Bob McKee, Sid Field, John Truby, Michael Haig, Linda Seeger, Vicky King, Madeline DiMaggio, they're all very good. They give intensive 1-day, 2-day, 3-day classes, etc., that explain, and they all talk around the Hollywood formula. They're all paranoid of saying it's a formula, screenwriting. They all swear it's not a formula because, God bless, some critic might criticize them for teaching formulaic screenwriting. And they all then teach a formula, and they swear it's not a formula, and they've all created little pseudonyms for what this is, a paradigm, inciting moments, plot points, whatever. Well, I'm the blatant film instructor that cuts right to the chase. I'm going to tell you right up front, screenwriting is a formula. We took it off of Shakespeare. Shakespeare took it from Marlowe. Marlowe took it from Plato. Plato took it from Aristotle. And I guarantee you, Aristotle took it from a caveman. Now, you want the formula, I'll give it to you. I'm proud to teach. I'm proud to be the great teacher. And here's the formula. Every screenplay that's great has 5 uh-ohs, oh shits, and 1 oh my God in it. 5 uh-ohs, oh shits, and 1 oh my God in it. There are 40 scenes in a movie, maybe there are 50. I just gave you 11 scenes. You got your roller coaster ride that's built in there. Introduce the boy, introduce the girl, introduce the situation, introduce the desire, introduce they want to take an action, introduce they take an action, everything seems to be good. And now, uh-oh! We're only about 8 to 10 minutes into the movie. Pull the carpet out from underneath them. 2 scenes later, give them a further complication called an oh shit. But we're only about 12, 15 minutes in the movie. Uh-oh, oh shit. Uh-oh, oh shit. Uh-oh, oh shit. And then, oh my God, no way will they ever get through it. And 2 scenes later, it gets resolved. Yes, it's very important to have a name attached to your project. You've heard that 10,000 times. It's very important to get a name attached to your project. But to get the name attached to your project, you don't have the check to pay it on your first project. So it's ridiculous stuff. But when you get to your third feature film, if your first feature film is a no-budget feature film that gets out there, gets to the proper festival, gets picked up by a distributor, they will do creative bookkeeping, but they'll make you famous. You probably won't make a penny from it. But then on your second film, now you're going to get a salary up front, a higher budget, and you get a little bit of money in your pocket and make your second film. And if your second film gets out there and makes money, now enough of the names in the industry found out that guy or that woman is good. I want my name attached to their project because they're going to take me to another level and they've proven they can make money. Then they'll come to you. Distribution. You can't distribute. you got to distribute. And you're not going to distribute. You're not going to stop this dribble with this self-distribution crap. You take your film, you make a bunch of prints, you put them in Edmonton, you put them in Calgary, you put them in Toronto, you put them in Denver, you put them in Miami, in a small theater. You're going to be in small claims court in every state and every city in North America trying to collect from theater owners that are close to broke. And if they ever do pay you, it takes 6 months before they ever pay you. So yes, you need a distributor. You need a distributor. You're not going to get the major distributors, Warner Brothers, Paramount, 20th Century, MCA, Universal, but each one of the major distributors has a mini-major arm that's smaller than a Miramax or a New Line, which is good also, a Strand Releasing, a Fox Searchlight, an Orion Classics, a Sony Classics. Now, where are you going to get this distributor? You know what? You're going to go to film festivals. You take your film and go to festival. Every city in the world has cultural events, opera, ballet, symphony. The last thing is a film festival, so they need your film. But what you don't understand, the film festival will charge you entrance fee, submission fee, projectionist, booking the theater. Why do you go to a festival? You got to make sure that the 30 to 40, every distributor in North America is making their own films themselves. But they know there are people out there like you, quote, independent filmmakers, that are dumb enough, stupid enough, and naive enough to spend your own money. So obviously, distributors are looking for you. You're free. You know why distributors love you? You're free, you're cheap, you have no overhead, no guild and union affiliations, no development cost. And the best thing about you is when you're done, you're broke. Get the script. How much money do you have? How many weeks can you afford to shoot? You can afford 1 week of shoot. That's actually 9 shooting days. That works Monday. You rent the camera and the equipment over 2 weekends. You got a 90-page script. You got 10 shooting days. That's your shooting schedule. You got enough money for 2 weeks to feed a crew and pay a crew and rent the equipment for 2 weeks. You got 13 shooting days. Divide 13 into 90 pages. That's a script. That's 7 shooting days. You got enough money for 3 weeks. That's 18 shooting days. Divide that into 90-page script. 5 shooting pages per day. 5 pages per day. You got approximately 12 hours of shooting a daylight in the day. Let's take 2 hours for eating and getting ready. 10 hours of shooting. So 5 pages, 1 page every 2 hours. And in those 2 hours, I want a master shot, 2 medium shots, a reaction shot, a point of view shot, a cutaway shot, and a cat in the window shot. So you got 18 to 20 minutes for each shot. And each shot I want key lighting, backlighting, fill lighting, and possibly an eye light. And I don't want the camera just on a tripod. I want it with some dolly and some little bit of camera movement. And let's go.